The starter rope is used to start your gas-powered tool. The rope is wrapped around the starter pulley. When it is pulled, the pulley rotates, starting the engine. Over time, the rope will wear and fatigue, eventually snapping in two. Aggressively pulling the rope will cause it to fail much faster. Replacing the rope is a repair that you can do yourself, and I'm going to show you how. I'll begin by removing the starter assembly from the engine. I'll remove the 3 screws that secure the starter to the engine. With the starter removed, I'll pull the rope out and tie a temporary knot in the center. Now I can pull the rope away from the grip and untie this knot. And then remove the grip. Now I'll untie the temporary knot and I'll carefully allow the rest of the rope to recoil all the way into the starter housing. On the underside of the starter, now I can remove the screw that secures the components. I'll make sure all of the tension is off of the spring, and then I'll remove the pulley. Now I'll remove the rope from the pulley. To install the new rope, the first thing I'll do is tie a knot in one end. Now I'll place the pulley back into the housing. As I do, I'll make sure that I hook the recoil spring into the recess on the post on the starter housing. Now I'll reinstall the hub and wire. The wire needs to be installed into the slot on the side of the pulley. And I'll secure everything with the screw. With the starter reassembled, now I need to tension the recoil spring. To do that, I'll rotate the pulley counterclockwise. I'll wind it until I feel strong resistance. At that point, I'll align the hole for the rope in the pulley with the rope hole in the housing. Then I'll insert the rope through the pulley and out through the hole in the housing. I'll make sure the knot is tucked down into the recess in the pulley. Then once again, I'll tie a temporary knot in the rope. And now I can reinstall the grip. And remove the temporary knot. And I'll carefully allow the rope to recoil back into the housing. And now I can reinstall the starter. I'll place the starter back onto the housing, aligning it with the housing and the fuel tank. With the starter in place, I'll secure it with the screws. And now you know how to replace your small engine's starter rope.